and welcome to Let's Talk Sunday, where we talk about everything under the sun and nothing is off limits. Welcome to Let's Talk Sunday. Good morning, everyone. How y'all doing today? Hello, welcome to Let's Talk Sunday. Hey, how y'all doing? What's up? Sharice Johnson Moore here, and it is my honor and privilege and pleasure to come and spend time with you today. Okay, know it's been a while. We ain't seen each other in a minute, and this is a new season. It is a new, it's a new season for everything, right? So I wanted to say thank you for coming in today for the new season. We starting off a new season. It's 2023, child. How you doing? Okay, and we must understand that when we have new seasons, we have new prospects, we have new concepts, we have new ways of thinking for ourselves, and it is a new season, and it is talking about Let's Talk Sunday. Okay, so I have been having this topic on my mind ever since last year, right? Since last year, okay. And I wanted to say it has been an eye opener for me, right? And it's made me, I say our topic for today is when people show you who they are, believe them. Okay, when people show you who they are, believe them. And okay, so last year was an eye opener for me towards the end of last year, and it is still, God is still opening my eyes. God is still telling me what's going on. God is still doing what God is still doing what he's supposed to do. He's showing me, took the blinders off last year, and now he's still showing me right now that when people show you who they are, believe them. And I don't mean that in a way of, okay, well, I'll just say this, okay? When people have a tendency to tell lies, tell fibs, and mislead you, misguide you, and then drop the ball on you, and they renege on what they say, they renege on what they agree with you about, they're showing you who they are. And that's that sometimes people we get in our lives, we've gotten so comfortable with their dysfunction that we got blinders on for them. Sometimes when we have people in our lives and we've gotten so comfortable with them that you have blinders on your eyes. Okay, I know that may sound like a word, but I'm gonna get to you today, right? So my thing to you is take the blinders off. I know that might be your best friend, but if you're always giving and they're always taking, take the blinders off. If you're always there for them and they're not there for you, when you take the blinders off. If it is a thing of a person likes to habitually lie to you and tell you what you think you want to hear, and you stand on that and you believe what they say, and then as soon as you get around them and it's something totally different, take the blinders off. Okay. Even people with depression and anxiety tell you who they are, right? And that was one, people that are hurting like to hurt other people, right? And they have not gotten over their pain because they're still stuck in the past of, well, you did this to me, you did that to me, you did this to me, you did that to me. And people that walk around with that mindset that don't have forgiveness, they're always gonna have this concept of thinking in the back of their head, oh, you did this to me, and they're not looking at some situations are uncontrollable. Okay, some situations are uncontrollable. It was forced upon you. It was okay, but that's a hurt person, right? People walk around with pain and they take it out on others. And sometimes people that are mentally unbalanced, mentally unstable, they have a tendency of showing that pain through the way they act, the drug addiction, the drinking, the over want to have a whole bunch of over have a want to, I gotta say it, over sexualizing everything, and some things that you look at is because of the pain that they're going through, and some of the things are they're holding on to years of trauma. They're holding on to years of trauma, and some people are just have that I'm gonna get back at you spirit, okay, or that they feel that someone owes them something, so this is how they act, and it reminded me, remind you know, ever since I've been shown these things in the different people, I realized that I'm going. How can I say it? I had to take myself to therapy. I had to take myself to therapy because of the pain I was carrying around, and I had this I thought everybody owed me something attitude, um and I just was walking around with the pain. I was walking around with pain of being sexually abused as a child, man abandoned by my parents. You had to think about why did the pain. You had to think about why did the pain start and why do people do that? Why? Where does the pain start? Why did they do that? And sometimes you go and you seek therapy because sometimes your what you're thinking hurts you and it hurts others, and you sabotage yourself. And I kept sabotaging myself. I just kept sabotaging. Every time I get somewhere or do something, I find a way to mess it up, or or I would blame others for something that I know I had done, but I put it on them and made them the scapegoat. Okay, you gotta watch out. Hey, I'm telling you, it's people. I've been revealed. Everything has been revealed to me in the last 6 months about folks that I thought were in my corner or I thought were very helpful for me, but I realized it is because of their own pain, and they're taking their pain out on me. So I was learning, look, I don't have to, and you have to set yourself boundaries. Once you have, I'm gonna tell anybody this: go to therapy. Go to therapy. Go seek professional help for the stuff that you are taking out on other people, or you think that these people deserve that, to walk around with this pain and anger is causing you to lose people in your life because you don't know how to treat them. And seek professional help for what you're going through. Because your pain is the pain when you walking around with all this pain in your space, you're not productive. You're actually counterproductive because your pain has shut you down where you work when you get ready. Say you got a business, right? Say you got a business. And your thing is, okay, I do this, but you wait 2, 3 days messing around to get the order, and then and then you mess around, and then okay, you notice say like this, you know this order's due by Friday, but you wait till Thursday to do the order, and you know it's like 5 t-shirts or whatever, right? And you wait and you procrastinate, and then you be wondering, okay, why this person didn't return to you. But everything that you do in your life, when you take that pain and it turns into depression, it turns into anxiety, it turns into self-sabotage. When it does that, um it's time. Seek help. Seek help. Seek help. Hey, I can't sit here and talk about nobody else. I ain't gonna talk about myself. You be in a relationship for a period of time, and a person is nasty to you. They mouth spews out hate, and then they lie to you, and you accept their apology, but really they didn't mean it. But you keep going through the cycle with the same person, and you think they're gonna change, and they're not. And you realize that when people show you their pain, they show you their pain. People, and they show you their happiness. They show their happiness. Oh, I'm happy. You know, um, you know. Some people are just everybody not walking around with pain. Let me straighten that out. Everybody's not walking around with pain and sorrow and malice and hatred. And everybody not walking around with that. Okay, some people that genuinely happy. They happy about their life. They happy about what God is doing in their life. They happy. They stay positive. They talk positivity to other people. They encourage other people. They do a lot of stuff, and it's like okay, all right. I want to be around that positivity. And that was one thing I had to decide in my life of this year whether I was going to stay around the people that were miserable, or were I going to stay with the people that's positive. Am I going to be around? I mean, you can love someone but so much, okay? And you can love them to the point where it's hurting you, right? And when a person comes around, what is their mindset? What is their headspace? What is their life like? Are they happy when they come in your presence? Or are they always pouting, mad, stomping around? I mean, like, really? I mean, can't be that bad, still living. And or is the spirit freely flowing, and really engulfed and being happy and loving themselves, and really being positive and trying to encourage others and always there for others and things like that? Or are they caught are they starting confusion and drama when they come into a room, when they come into a subject? Is they this nothing? Okay, are they coming to when they speak? Another thing, when they speak, do they speak positivity about others, or are they talking negative about others, gossiping? Are they saying, "Oh, did you know, Pastor such is having a festival, or they having some downtown, and you want to go to it, or what? Are they speaking positive, or are they speaking, well, you heard about what's name? They ain't all that. Da, 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 da. It's like, really? Okay, then you have another perspective of how do they feel about themselves? How do they feel about themselves? Everybody, I love me. I love me some me. I love me some me. And that was one thing I had to understand is, I was speaking about that on Morning Word and Worship this morning. Sometimes it's good to be by yourself because it is so much negativity around you sometimes that it feel like you're drowning in it. And you feel like I'm trying to get out this water. I'm swimming, and all this negative stuff and all these negative people and all these negative things and all this, and then I feel like I'm drowning. And then you want to wonder why. Okay, well, I want to go here and I want to go here. I want to travel. I want to do this. What and now are they are there's nothing wrong with being alone. I spoke about that in morning word and worship this morning. And sometimes God puts you alone so you can have time to breathe. You can sit, enjoy yourself, enjoy your life, and you don't have to. Okay, and that's another thing. Boundaries. Please, there's a boundaries. Oh my goodness, boundaries. When it comes to your peace of mind, is your peace of mind, your peace of mind, important to you? Where you do not want to let anybody in your circle. I'm just asking because sometimes we get to that point where we like, oh no, where you know, and sometimes I see why sometimes family members do not want certain people at their house because they don't want to deal with their drama or the negative conversation or the in my business or I gotta understand that. Well, I don't want that at my house. I need my peace of mind. I want my privacy. I want not to come in and find out what I'm doing and go tell everybody and all. I get it. Hey, boundaries. Sometimes it's good to have boundaries. Boundaries just to say, look, this is my space and I want it that way, and I don't want you coming here messing my space up. I don't want you messing up my aura, as they call it. And you know, and that is something that we have to look at when we have our lives. What we will endure, what we will put, what we want out of life. We have to put that out in life. What we want out of life, we have to put it out in life. I'm saying, if you want peace of mind, sometimes it might call be by yourself. You don't want to, you don't, and then it is a thing of how happy do you want to be in your life? Do you like? I mean, some people. I used to be on that "oh woe is me" concept, and every time I turn around, I had a story for somebody, and wanted to make them feel sorry for me and things like that. And I realized that that's not a way to live. I had to get out of that. And a lot of things that we do or we go through in our adult lives is brought on from our childhood. I mean, sometimes we go back to the little girl, the little 7-year-old girl, the 7-year-old person that was, that was little person. She may have gotten abused or physically, mentally, sexually, emotionally, or she may have been taught some things that were not uh, that were survival techniques, right? There were survival techniques. And sometimes we learn a lot of things from the people that we involve with that's in our lives. Like, I say it like this. When I was a child, it was always a bunch of people in my house. Always a bunch of people. Always a bunch of people. And they were drinking and they were smoking and things like that. And it wasn't like that until my my grandparents raised me. So so I had a nice quiet life until we moved to Virginia. So and then we moved to where my dad lived at. And I was like, okay, how are we got all these people in the house and always this. And it changed my whole perspective of the stuff I heard them say, the stuff I saw them do. It changed my whole perspective about people. And now I've gotten to a point where I don't want a lot of people around me. I like my quietness. I like my peace. I had to learn how, in that environment, I had to learn how to deal with my own self and how to quietness and enjoy the quietness and the stillness of your mind to work in the ways of God when it is there and it by itself. I had to learn how to. I had to learn that, and sometimes from my child we got all these people in our house and all this and all this music and all this that commotion going on, a bunch of confusion, right? And then you realize in your peaceful time, you gotten so used to that commotion in your life, you don't know how to be by yourself. You don't know how to be by yourself. You don't know how to enjoy the peace of mind that you have because the environment you might have grown in. And sometimes we take that on to our adult lives, and that's why we go what we do. And sometimes it's good to sit and know thyself. Hey, like I try to like me as a person, like me as a person. I turn around. I like my quiet time. I like to take naps during the day. I like not being disturbed. I can work on my crafts. I had to learn how to enjoy my peace of mind and my quiet time. I learned that. Now that's all I want. Just want peace and quiet. I don't, you know, and sometimes that even causes us that we have to let go of people that we've been hanging on by a thread, child. Hanging on by a thread. You know, sometimes it calls for separation. Sometimes it calls for you to really evaluate your life. Evaluate your life with the people that's in it. And you want to be happy, but you keep doing stuff to sabotage yourself. It's like, oh well, I'm gonna go ahead and do this. I'm gonna go ahead and do this, but I'm gonna go okay, like I didn't know how to be without. I didn't know how to be. I did not know how to be by myself without a man, cause I was so busy looking for a father figure, and I would take anybody I wanted, anybody that came along, said I was pretty, said I was this, said okay, and then I had to learn. I had to learn a man doesn't complete me. That was something that some things that we when we look at ourselves and we evaluate ourselves, what problems we have within ourselves instead of pointing out everybody else's problems. That's some things I had to point out about I had to figure out, reevaluate myself and say, okay, is this the person I want to be represented when I meet people? Is this the way I want it to be? Is that how it's going to be? Okay, well, this is how. Oh, I step into somebody's fora and hey, how you doing? My name is da 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 da, and this, that, and the third, da da da, and I got a sob story to tell. I meet somebody and something woe is me, and there's always something wrong with me, and I'm ready to tell. What can you? I mean, can you introduce yourself better than that? I had to learn how to do that. I had to learn how to reevaluate myself and stop showing people the parts that of me that were broken. I had to stop showing people the parts of me that were broken when I met people. I had to show them I'm not bro. I had to show them, look, this is me. I like this life now. I've changed. I want to introduce you to the new me. I want to show you I want to show you who the new me is. And some say, "Oh, she acting bougie, and that she acting all that." She used to be there, and that's the problem. That's the problem. And then this is another thing: we gotta stop trying to satisfy everybody else's need about the way the person we supposed to be. Stop trying to satisfy everybody that they have put you in a box. They have put you in a box and thought that was all you were going to be. That ain't that. I'm not that person no more. You know, they used to me, oh well, she's a drug addict. Oh, she's this, da 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 da. You know, and that's like, okay, if that's how you think of me, that's you. We have to, and when we hear people say those comments about us, about our past, I ain't learn. I ain't look. I ain't trying to. I don't. You don't have a heaven or hell to put me in. You do not have a heaven or hell to put me in. And there's nothing wrong with us changing. It's nothing wrong with us changing ourselves for the better. It just shows that over a period of time, if that's all you think of me as, well, hey, that's your problem, not mine. And you've done your work, you've done your correction, you've improved yourself, you learned new skills, you went back to school, you did this, you have done some things in your life, and I had to tell someone this. You don't live there anymore. You don't live there anymore. Leave your past where it's at, because that's not where you live anymore. Look at how evolved you have become. I had to speak this to a person, and they were so negative and so and they was always thinking about their ex and this and the other. And I was like, look, ain't trying to hear that. Look at what you've done. You got your own place. Well, you were living at before. You turned around, you didn't have no water, you didn't have no dish, you didn't have that. You had to struggle. You were struggling. Now you got everything on your own. Can you once say, "Ooh, I did a good job. I'm happy now"? Sometimes we keep our own selves in a prison. Sometimes we keep our own selves in a prison, and that's not fair to what blessings God have given you. Sometimes we keep our own selves in a prison because we still want to be tied to this person. We still want to talk about this person. We still want to look. You and that person don't talk no more. So why do you need to? Sometimes, like I said, you got to sometimes call boundaries and leaving people alone. If that person was not good for you, why are you still tied to them? Why are you still? If it's over with, keep it moving. Look at what God has giving you a new place, giving you a car, giving you a job, giving you all these things, and you still want to whine about where you used to be at? Please. Okay? Sometimes we gotta learn how to let go of the past, learn how to let go of stuff and stop holding on to all that old stuff. And you living in the past, and then it's that woe is me and feel sorry for me. And I had learned this myself. In order to get out of the woe is me song, I had to start making me some new music. Okay, now what I'm gonna do with my life now, and this has happened, and okay, let me go ahead and prove it. And when God opens a door for you, walk through that door of newness. Walk through that door of I want to love on me for a change. I want to love on me. I want to do for me. I want to be able to provide for me and not sit around and just deal with that life of I want to be in this box, and I want to show, and I want to take my hatred and bitterness out on other people. You know, and it's terrible, but people do it. But you have to love yourself unconditionally. So what do you want to show the people? When people show you who they are, believe them. What do you want to show them? Not, I mean, it's not for them. Really, it's not for them. It's for you. You know, when you walk out and you like, okay, I can take this trip and I can go see my grandbaby, and I can go do this and I can do, and I'm not begging hand or foot. I'm not begging nobody. I can just get up and go. Because at one point in my life, I was like, well, I can't do this because of that. I used to have this concept. I had to think, I had things I thought about, I wanted to do with my life, and I never did them because I always found an excuse not to do them. Now it's like, you can't get me this idea. Okay, let me run with that. Now, I have freedom. I made freedom in my life where I don't want to change who I am for anybody because I've turned into a new creature in Christ. I decide to reconnect with God. I decide to redo my life. I decide to reconnect with, do things different in my life where I don't leave this place leaving a bitter taste in people's mouth. I want my kids to be happy. I want them to be I want them to outlive me. I want them to have what they need from me. I want them hold on, look. It says, God grant me the serenity to accept the things that cannot change. Give me the courage to change the things I can and the wisdom to know the difference. Okay? Those principles I have lived by since I lost my three: my grandma, my dad, and my mom. It has benefited me a lot and it's changed me for the better as a better person. And they don't want to grow with you, they don't go with you. Okay. I love y'all. I just want to just put that out there and show you and let you know that you can have a better life. You can have a better mindset. You can have a better time with yourself when you change you. When you change you. Stop trying to change Sally Sue, Sally Jane over there. Change you. Change you. When people show you who they are, believe them. Okay. And like I said, if it don't if people don't want to change, you do the changing. And that's where the boundaries come in. And that's where we have to seek God's presence. We have to seek that. And sometimes we can't get so wrapped up into making everybody else happy. We can't do that. Sometimes God got not sometimes all the time. God has to come first. You know, because He gives us a heaven or hell. He gives us the heaven or hell to put us in. All right. Be happy, people. Be happy. Be prosperous. Be glad. Be joyful. Be triumphant. Um, and you know, change is good. Change is marvelous. Change is wonderful. Change is everything. And be happy with you. Okay? All right. And I love y'all. And I want to say it is an honor and a privilege to be coming to you with this book. Coming to loving yourself. Okay? And I always talk about these topics all the time. Okay, we got the autobiography inspirational book, and we have the workbook for us, the workbook. It is called Study Guide to Building Your Self-Worth. I put these two books together because I want you to work on you. Because this the title God gave me. I was sitting in my mom's funeral, and the Lord spoke to me while I was in my mom's funeral, and He said, "Write the book." I'm like, "What book?" I'm sitting there thinking, "Okay, am I the only person?" God said, "Write the book." And then the next day, He said, "The book. This what the book title was going to be: Coming to Loving Yourself." And I share with you my life. I share with you the struggles. I share with you all the things that held me back before I wrote this book. I wrote the book in 2007. The book was released in 2017. I wrote the book right after I came back from my mother's funeral. Right the next day, so I sat down and started writing this book. And that book helped me let go of a lot of pain, a lot of stuff I was holding on to, and bogged down and felt like I was drowning. So what I talk about when I come to you and I speak from self experience. You can't love nobody else until you love yourself, right? You can find the book I'm gonna love yourself and the study guide to building your self-worth on my website at www.sharicenjohnsonmoore.com. It's at the bottom in the ticker taper. You can go there. Both books 28 piece, 28 piece, 28 piece. Okay, and I want to it's also available on Amazon. Hello and welcome to Let's Talk Sunday, where we talk about everything under the sun and nothing is off